Hey, what's up? Happy Tuesday to you guys. Thanks for showing up for the broadcast. I'm going to get into a little bit of Cyborg again. I'm drawing this for the Aaron S. Bailey put like some little contest or whatever out for Cyborg, and I figured I'd put my hat in the good old ring. I made some modifications to the drawing. I wasn't happy with how the left arm was looking, so I changed that and I updated the symbol to the Zack Snyder Cyborg symbol that wasn't used by Zack, but was used in the theatrical release of Justice League. But it's still Zack's symbol, so I figured, hell, might as well use it. But thanks for joining, and we'll talk about some stuff today. But we do have some guests that are going to kind of filter in as they're available or as they make themselves available. But yeah, man, how's everybody doing today? I appreciate it. I'm going to get into some of the tweets that are kind of showing up. Today we have Spider-Man stuff. We got David Ayer released some stuff, so we'll pull that up too. Hey, what's up, Katsuka? How's it going? I appreciate you, Dubay. That's right. Let's see. But let me first show you guys, since you're here, let me show you what I have been messing with on my computer. Here we go. So I had his arm was up, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really into that. It did there's something going on with the forearm and the bicep sort of, connecting. So I was like, you know what? Let me just modify where his arm is going, and so I just redrew it and kind of put it down here in this region. I thought that having it up would give it more of a dynamic shot, more of an action shot, but it didn't really. I wasn't digging it. I didn't like it very much. So yeah, and again, here's the logo. I changed that from where did I put it? From this. I put it on layer 2, so I had that on there. And that was the old drawing, just with the boxy symbol, and then also the arm in the air. And then I said, you know what, screw that. So I'm going to go ahead and just erase or delete this one here. And then I'll flat this arm, and then I'll continue to color like I've been doing over here in this area, and just kind of continue down. And like I said, when I'm done with it, I'll just submit it to Aaron, and hey, put my little cyborg guy in the running. But let me jump back over here. Whee! What's up, Katsuka? And Dr. Fate says, do you think since Black Adam and his team, do you think since Black Adam and his team that will make the whole Dark Side War concept just more epic? If you're talking about live action, man, it's up in the air whether we're going to get to see any more of Darkseid, as far as like, Ray Porter's version of Darkseid, ergo Zack Snyder's version of Darkseid in Justice League 2. If they had Justice League 2, what would have been awesome would have been, if they had incorporated Black Adam is who the team is trying to, I don't want to say resurrect, but trying to locate, because they can't really do much against Superman. So who else can you sort of go toe to toe with Superman, but Black Adam, or possibly Shazam, but Shazam just is not quite mentally there. His powers are all magical, so the strength is there. He just, I think that Black Adam is more honed in on who he is, and he's been who he is for longer, so he's that much more knowledgeable or aware of what sort of abilities he had. But let me show you guys something else that I've been working on. Hang on one second. Let me remove that real quick. I'll show you just a sneak peek. Even some of my friends haven't even seen this yet. So this is just a little something I've been working on. Let me see. Open. Yeah, that's the one. And I'll show you guys a little bit. It's another version of Cyborg that I put together, but I'll kind of put it up on the stream. Yeah, so there he is. Let me zoom in here. And there we go. So there's Cyborg. Let me Oh wait, that's his body. Let me take the flash out. There we go. But yeah, so there's Zack Snyder's version of Cyborg, and there's his other appendage, his other arm, whatever. And yeah, so that would be in what you're talking about, Dr. Fate, Justice League 2. So yeah, so I drew the Flash. I kind of pinned him out first, and then I said, you know what, let me make him Nightmare Flash, and so he has the all that stuff on him, and then of course there's Batman with a trench coat on. So yeah, so there's that, and I will not say what I just did, but yeah, there we are. So that's what's up. So that was just a little snippet for you guys who showed up early. I appreciate it so much. I'm not sort of highlighting anything that I'm working on behind the scenes, but yeah, that's what's up. What's up, Nova Joe? Oh snap, that's looking awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm spending some time. I'm sort of learning sort of how to do this. Usually I'm an artist by trade, but I usually draw on paper for those people who don't know. And yeah, so I'm drawing on a tablet now, or basically a display screen here, and it's pretty huge. It's like 24 inches. And it's just a monitor that's sort of sitting on the desk. But I also have another one in the other room, but that is more portable, smaller, and I can walk around and do stuff with if I want. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to. I still love pen and paper and all that, and I'll always go back to that. But I definitely like the freedom that drawing digitally does. It's pretty cool. I really like it a lot. But yeah, like I said, for those of you just joining, I changed the arm from up to sort of a downwards, position, at his waist. I just didn't think that was really translating very well, and I think it just looks better down here. So I'll erase that and then reflat the left arm. But yeah, so that's that. Let's see, what's up, geeks? Let's see, Dr. Frey says, oh, I imagine we'll never see Justice League. Yeah, I mean, it would suck if we don't. I think what they're going to do, and I talked about this on Andre's stream yesterday, which is a good stream. Go check it out. Where we spoke about that, and we're like, yeah, I think that what they're doing, same thing with the Batgirl project, they're going to cherry pick good ideas. But unfortunately, they're giving it over to Christina Hodson to sort of develop and write out and all that. So it's sort of the narrative has shifted from Zach to Christina, because she's writing the Flash and Birds of Prey, and I'm assuming Birds of Prey 2 that nobody asked for. Yeah, I mean, so she's kind of growing, under the tutelage of Hamada and whoever else over at DC Films. You don't need the link. What are you talking about? You don't need the link. You need the. Let me pull up my email. You should have a 6-digit code request. Oh, here we go. Accept invite. What? Okay, I'll accept the invite. What are you doing? Wait. Did you send that yesterday? When did you send that? 6 minutes ago. You are now a part of the team. What? How did you do that? Hold on. Hold on, Andre. Let's see. Wait a minute. What? It's a new feature. Oh, add you as a member. Okay, hold on, guys. Sorry, there's a feature that I'm not familiar with StreamYard. Let me get out of this. Hold on. I didn't know you could do that. Interesting. I saw that, but I thought that was for something else. No. Hold on. Now it's showing me just your stuff. Members only watch party. Can I? Oh, my team. Oh, here it is. Okay, members. Okay. Invite member. What email? Hold up. Your Yahoo. Hold on, guys. So sorry. This is we're doing this during the show, but that's it. Needs to be done. Email address. Member, email address, admin. Yeah, admin. I don't care. Send invite. Wait, and here I go to a refreshing page. Email address, admin, send invite. Did you? Let me see. You have 1 seat left. Add more. Add more. 2 seats. 5 seats is $8. What? Email address. Admin. Send invite. It says an error occurred. Did you get it? Did you get it? You get it. It says an error occurred. We're losing viewers. Hey, what's up, Kinky? Hang on. I'm trying to. It said there's an error. Did it not add more? No. Oh, 2 seats. Okay. Owner. Can I not add you as an admin? Can change members, broadcast brands. Can assist admins with broadcasts. Okay, let me try that. Send invite. No, it says an error occurred. StreamYard sucks. Refresh. Invite member. Admin. There it is. AFF. I won't read that aloud. Okay. Send invite. Screw it. Okay. Screw it. Let me just send you a freaking link, dude. This is we'll figure this out later. Maybe I can't do it because I'm broadcasting. I don't know. That's weird. I'll see why I let you do it. And then let me see. StreamYard. Hide invite. That's so weird. There you go. There you go. We'll do it this way. All right. So as Nicotina shows, I tried co-host. I tried admin. And those are the only 2 that you can do. So yeah, I got you. So he should be in here, popping up. There he is.
You suck, man.
Following the stupid instructions. It's like bird, and I'm like
screaming at my computer, like, "No, what are you doing?"
I'm like,
here. I'll put in the private chat. Use my other email address then. God damn.
Yeah, it's weird.
I didn't like the Yahoo. I was like, I don't like Yahoo.
I don't like Yahoo.
All right, here we go. There.
Let me try that because man, I was getting frustrated. I was like, dude, I tried both. I tried host, co-host, and admin.
I tried both.
Both of them. I hit it up. Invite member.
Did you do it now?
Oh no, not yet.
Why don't you share a screen with everybody?
Yeah,
let's do it together. Let's do it together. No.
Here, send invite. It liked that one.
It liked Gmail. It did not like. Okay, let me see.
Wow, it doesn't like it. Okay, so you're an admin. I don't care.
Okay, let's. Why? You should make me a co-host. You son of a. How do I change? How do I get out of this?
How do you get out of it?
Like, how do I switch to like what? Okay.
You got to go to your email and
I gotta
go
to
invite,
email,
and then it'll pop you into the.
Shout out! I understand that now. Hold on. I don't see an email. Oh, I went to the wrong email address. Hold on. This one.
You're such a boomer.
You're such a boomer. Okay, you're currently logged in as. It has to be the other one.
It has to be the other one.
Yeah,
because it
wants me to log out.
Yeah.
Here, let me put that one in. You probably typed it in wrong.
I copy and pasted this. I copy and pasted.
Because that is my other account. This is so exciting. Yeah. I'm sure everyone watching is like, "Oh, I'm so glad."
Ooh, what email is it?
What email is it? Let me do it.
No.
Did that work?
The other one's pending. You got to go to your email.
I did that already, but it wants me to log out of my own account. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Oh God! All right. Well, then you are lost.
And then you're all truly lost. We'll do this later. I don't want to.
Let's halt the show to figure this
let's just halt the show. You're just gonna have to control the chat yourself, okay?
I will do so.
Okay, so what have you talked about so far?
Nothing from Twitter.
Nothing. Okay.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. I've just been talking about what I've done to the Cyborg drawing, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, it looks really good.
Subscribe and hit that like button.
And hit that like button.
If I get 30 likes, Andre will drop a scoop.
Yeah, hey, we get to 30 likes. I'm gonna drop a scoop, man. I'm gonna drop two scoops. Two scoops of raisins. 2 scoops of raisins that go into every bowl of Raisin Bran.
Hey, what's up, Jesse? What's up? Only here for Andre. LOL jokes. Yes, he comes with the jokes.
I come with the jokes. Jokes are built in. Are they any good? Well, that's debatable. So check this out. So, I almost dropped them.
Yes.
This is what I got at Legoland. I showed you guys in a tweet. Can you see
that? Yeah, you took it out.
Well, my wife did. I was like, you son of a. But that's the Nightmare Batman Lego.
That's cool.
With a couple of these guys, the Parademons. And it has wings too. I haven't put them on yet though.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And they had a lot of them too.
Okay, so they're not rare.
Yeah, I found them in a small spot in their bigger store there. Then I went to another store and they had rows of them. I was like, okay, so they're just trying to offload these.
Oh,
so
well, let me see. Let me remove that real quick. First things first. Let's talk about this bad boy. And get out of there. In 1 second. Let me add.
A lot of news dropped today. A lot of stuff dropped. I'll let you depict what article we're going to talk about because I'm rearing and ready to go.
Not to get into the show that way.
Well, I don't like logging out of my account. It's annoying.
StreamYard. Okay. Add to StreamYard. Here we go. Oh, you know what? Let me do this. Let me add. That is too small. Drag that over there. And then okay, so that's a little bit better. Can we there? That's all right. Okay, so David Ayer dropped this today, right?
Yes, he did.
The concept art for his Incubus character.
Incubus, not the band, but the character.
Not the band.
Great music.
So I guess I'll give my thoughts. But what are your thoughts on that this concept art? If you'd seen this version of the character,
I think there's a lot more to talk. I think there's a lot more that went down because when you look at the way Incubus turned out, he looks like shit. That looks terrible. I'm sorry.
Well, okay, so the one on the left is what we got in theaters,
right?
And
the one on the right, I like a lot more.
The face to me reminds me a lot of. Let me pull this up. The face really reminds me a lot of Spawn. When Spawn, the live action movie, when his mask kind of goes away and he looks burnt and all that. That's kind of what he looks like. That kind of reminds me of.
I think it's funny because when you look at you look at the Snyderverse designs, and you look at what they end up going with.
Yeah.
I wonder if they look at those designs and they said, and maybe they thought, that's too scary. So instead they went creepy. Let's not make them scary, but we'll make them look really creepy. Yeah.
Jeff Jones was like,
yeah. You want creepy? I got creepy for you.
Come to my office.
Yeah. But no, I think that the look for Incubus looks a lot better. And obviously,
I'm not a fan of the antlers.
Well, but you can see how they kept that design. They kept that going. But the thing that I liked about the David Ayer design is that to me this makes more sense coming from a jungle tribal environment. This look makes more sense. That this is how he would portray himself. The other one, he just looks like shit. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Okay. So on the old one, the chest, I guess from this image, because it's been a while since I've watched Suicide Squad, but it doesn't look horrible. The face and the whatever the green thing or whatever that's on his forehead,
it looks like the lantern from the Green Lantern.
This looks stupid.
It looks
ass. I don't like that. I do like how they made him taller and bigger, but I was like, wait, why wouldn't Enchantress be the same height?
Why wouldn't she be the same height?
She's their brother and sister, so they'd be biologically similar or the same. So that made no sense to me. I liked what they did, in Zack Snyder's Justice League with like having Zeus and Ares and I forgot who else was there. The Artemis. They were all taller.
Yeah, well,
You
they
know,
should
and I
be.
like that. I was like, Darkseid was taller, and I was like, yeah, okay, old guys, new guys got it.
Yeah,
they're taller, a little bit more distinct. I like that, and they kind of did that here with him, making him bigger, but they didn't do anything with her. And I was like, I don't know, I thought the whole third act was just kind of silly. It ended like a video game, and so
yeah,
I
it
wasn't
was.
really
The whole
down
thing
on
was
that.
choppy. I mean, from the start, it almost felt like something. I remember when I saw it in the theaters, right from the start, it felt like something was wrong. I mean, even from the very beginning, when it shows that aerial shot, like flying over like a swamp, and it says black site, and it had writing on it that was in black, and then you go over black foliage, and so you can't even read it. You're like, wait, what does that say? I can't even read it because it blends in. That alone, I was like, okay, now we've got it. I remember thinking, I was like, that's not good. Like, that's right off the bat, and you've already fucked up. Okay. And then you can just see that it was spliced together in a horrible way. When I have to go back and watch it again. There's a lot of scenes that you can tell that they took from other scenes and put them together.
Well, I mean, I didn't like the montages. I thought they were just way too like hip and trendy, and it just kind of took me out of the sort of the mood that I was going in for. It was just I didn't like that. With all the graphics and the information, just kind of like I don't know. I just didn't like it. I was like, okay, that's dumb.
But that's what WB wanted to do because they wanted to turn it into more of a poppy film so that when kids and teenagers and fans would go see it, it would be like, yeah, that was fun. That was kick ass. But then by the time they got to the end, they were like, crap. Like, how do we change the ending? I don't know. And they really screwed it up. I mean, they essentially wrote themselves into a corner because by the time you got to the end of the movie, it was so fucking convoluted. It was so fucked that they were like, well, I mean, it is what you get. And the same thing happened with Justice League. I mean, it was shitty all the way through.
Yeah.
But by the time they got to the third act, it was a mess.
There he is again.
Looking like shit. I mean, this is a shitty picture, but still, I don't think it's that far off.
I don't think his body looks horrible. Like his shoulders and his torso, his chest, and his arms look fine. His face is horrible.
I think it looks terrible. I mean, it doesn't look fully rendered. It doesn't look like they spent a lot of time on it. It looks like they had to rush it. And so
let's see what Frank has to say.
What's up, Frank?
What's up? How's it going?
That's one question I've always wanted to ask the special effects guys was that, when whoever did this work, that is, like, when you guys did this, did you guys feel like, yeah, we did our best work on this? And they'd probably say, but at the same time, I mean, when you look at the picture of Steppenwolf, I've always wanted to ask Zack Snyder this question. I've always wanted to say, did you approve that look for Steppenwolf? And if he says yes, I'm going to be like, what about that look? What about that design made you go with it? And were there other designs that you could have gone with instead of the spiky fucker and instead of the one that we got in the theatrical cut? Or was that out of your control? I've always wanted to ask him that because, I mean, we all make fun of, Steppen Neeson nonstop. Yeah. And so I always wanted to ask him, like, hey, like, was this really your choice? Did you actually look at that design and say, yeah, let's go with that? Or was that handed to you like, hey, we're going to go with this look instead? I mean, to me, this look right here of Incubus, this looks scarier. This looks more majestic. It looks more spiritual.
I like his face here.
It represents more of like this magical realm.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, but it looks more magical and majestic. You know what I mean? Like this comes from another realm.
The crown on his head was like all royal like, and
yeah,
got a cool feathery kind of texture to it. It's kind of reminds me almost like a Native American styles.
Exactly. And they found them in the jungles of what, like Peru or whatever country it was. Yeah. And the thing too is that he was bottled up in that bottle for thousands of years. So it would make sense that he would represent himself in the way that he last appeared. Hey, this is it. This is how I roll.
And he's like, because the big storyline with Incubus and what's Enchantress was that they were the old gods and they were trying to claim their place in the new world now in the modern era. And then there's the new gods coming with the Justice League.
Right.
So it's like the new gods versus the old gods kind of coming to a head type of thing. And so like it's just that design kind of reflects that old gods aesthetic.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially gods that have been bottled up and in prison for so long. Now they're finally out. They're like, oh God, it's
who is this? Henry Cavill.
Yeah. If I was bottled up for however many hundreds of years and I came out, I would look like, oh, where the hell did you come from? Like,
I always thought when they announced the Suicide Squad movie, I always thought because they revealed that the Joker would be in it, I thought that Joker was going to be the main villain of the Suicide Squad movie back in 2016 or whenever they were talking about it. I didn't think it would be like this character that's like related to Enchantress or anything like that. And plus I didn't really know much about that corner of DC to begin with back then.
Right.
So like, but yeah, so I was like, it threw me off and it kind of like soured my interest in the movie overall. And like rewatching it now and understanding everything behind the scenes, it's cool now. But
well, I mean, even with that, I mean, they really underutilized the Joker completely. They and there he is. They really didn't lean on him too much. I'm glad they didn't go with this look because I didn't.
Maybe they did in a certain scene. Yeah, I don't like the eyebrow part
and the black around the mouth. I wasn't down with that. I was like, I'm glad they changed that.
These are all concepts, I would imagine, right?
Yes, yeah, they're costume concepts.
Like a test.
Yeah, testing it out. Okay, how's that look? Okay, that looks like shit. Let's move on. No, I mean, I don't think it looks terrible, but I prefer I don't prefer that over what we got. I think what we got was fine. I know a lot of people weren't too happy with. Some people just didn't like his portrayal of the Joker. I did, and I thought it was really cool. I think it's funny because you see him sitting there, and you got the picture on the computer right next to him. You know what I mean? So it almost feels like maybe they did film a scene that had that look. I don't know. That's kind of a take away the comment.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sorry, Dr. Fate. I know you're thinking about something real hard there. But you see what I mean? Like how he's holding the computer, which I mean, there's no table.
Yeah, it's like they're comparing the designs between how he's looking like in the chair and the design from the picture in the computer. But
then, like in the far background, you can see that's the ground that he lays on when all the knives and guns are all pointing in that circular formation. That's that same scene. So I wonder like what's really happening here. According to Jesse Allen, he says this is the same. I can't read your logos in the way. This is the same poop. They were testing.
It's the same poop. Yes, that's exactly what it says.
It is the same.
This is the same photo they were testing with on the laptop. So, I mean, I get it, and maybe they shot some footage and they were like, yeah, you know what, I'm really not digging the design. Let's go back and refine it, right? They definitely could have shot a couple scenes or whatever, and just watching the dailies were like, yeah, no, this look isn't really working. It doesn't, it just seems off. Let's try something different. So and that can happen as well.
Yeah. Would you guys be upset if that inked-lipped Joker was at an actual scene in the air cut? Would you be upset if that was the case? No.
No, I mean, but I mean, here he doesn't even have. Did he not have eyebrows?
No, see, they took the eyebrows out.
Yeah,
because they took the ha eyebrows and they were like, well, we've already shaved the eyebrows, so if we put hair eyebrows, that'll look ridiculous. The Joker just doesn't have eyebrows, so that's kind of what they did with that, and that's fine. I don't mind it. I like that he was that he has metal teeth or whatever.
Right.
I was not a fan of the tattoos. I thought the tattoos was just, in my opinion, it was a bit much. It didn't need to be. I like. This was a different version of Joker. This was the punk rock Joker, I guess.
Yeah.
And so, and that's comic book accurate and all, I mean, there's different iterations.
I mean, to me, it makes sense. I mean, you see how popular tattoos are in everyday life. I mean, I don't have any, but I know plenty of people who have tons of tattoos of just like random shit that means something to them. And so to me, this one makes sense in a more realistic way. Like, yeah, you got a guy like the Joker, and you're telling me he's not going to have tattoos? No, he's going to have a shit ton of them. And here they are.
Yeah.
So to me, it made sense.
Tell that to Heath Ledger.
Well, we didn't see his body, did we?
No, he wouldn't have had it though. It was just white on.
He had a hurt mom on his shoulder.
Yeah. He had a big naked woman with a knife on his chest.
Why so serious is on his tramp stamp.
This is tramp stamp. Yeah, Jesse's right. I have a tramp stamp. It's a tramp stamp it's an image of a middle finger is what it is.
It's actually
it says damaged, you fuck. Damaged.
Yes.
My lower back.
LOL. But yeah, so we have that. And that's really cool. I mean, I think that's the only thing that he really shared. Oh, no, wait. There's this one that he shared with us today.
Yeah, there's more. There's one of Harley Quinn.
I mean, he's, it's really awesome that he's really been sharing a lot.
I like that design
I agree with whoever that is. I am Hinks.
She has bangs in this picture, which is kind of interesting because.
Yeah, I mean, I dig it. It is over sexualized a little bit.
Not really, though. I mean, I don't think it is.
It goes down to her navel.
Her naval academy.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
I dig the look.
Yeah, I like the eye makeup. Her face, and I like the whole thing. Now, obviously, how does this translate on film when you're actually filming it? I don't know. I wasn't there, so that could have been an issue as well. But I totally dig the design. I think the design looks pretty badass.
I just like the colors that they're using. Like with the film version, it's like, she had the t-shirt and then the shorts, and like it was other colors that were just kind of like there to be there because you kind of see it in everyday life.
She was always over sexualized.
She was,
yes, but they toned her down a lot in the egg sandwich movie, and
they were like, all right, she can't be this anymore, and she has to be.
So they're like, oh no,
thoughtful and put together more.
Yeah, you could say the Joker was over sexualized since he walks around shirtless. No, his nips were never seen. They made sure that
it's the nips that count. The belly, the abs, the pecs don't count.
I remember the original tattoo on Joker's forehead was going to say "blessed." What's up? What's up, Mask of Shy? Not damaged.
I never saw that, but I
don't think I saw that. I don't remember that. It could be, but I don't remember that. Jesse Allen would be the authority on that. Jesse Allen, can we get a verdict?
So there is something else.
He shared something else.
We'll see. Batman.
David Ayer.
Hero film.
Is it breaking news?
Well, no. I mean, so there was this thing out there about how David Ayer or Citrone on
Batman.
Yeah, he said that there's more Batman action scenes in the movie.
Oh,
I mean, we talked to him as well. We talked to him a few times, and and this is kind of to clarify what he said in the past. Is basically there were some more shots of that scene that he filmed that you did not see, and that's kind of what he's saying. Not like, oh, there's actually a whole fighting scene.
Yeah, he didn't say that there's like a whole sequence that we did not,
Well, I mean, but it says here, Ayer revealed that we'll see Batman scrap in his anti-hero film. We made him fight. Ayer told USA Today. He's awesome as Batman. The one thing that he did say, and there has been footage of this leaked out, is that when Batman got on top of the car to try and get Harley and the Joker, he used the saw that he had to try and cut the hood. Oh Jesus! He had a saw that he was using to cut the a hole in the roof of the car to get to them.
Oh yeah.
And so there was a scene that he's doing that.
Yeah.
And there's a shot of them looking up at Batman, like you see his face through the hole.
Yeah.
And that's when she starts shooting at him. So there's more shots that they filmed, but I mean, according to Citrone, the times that we talked to him, he said there really wasn't that much more missing. It wasn't like it was a whole fight scene where he's like, they parked the car.
Hey, man, let me let's see. What's up, bro?
What's up, Brian? Yeah, I mean, like I don't see where in that scene there would have been a spot where they pulled over and let's go. Right. Get back in the car. Or like he falls off the car and like, there's a Clayface.
Right.
There was just more, and he said it to us live. He was like, there were more shots in that scene that you didn't quite see, but he said as of like more like full on scenes. No, I mean you basically got everything.
Yeah. Well, and that's good, and I think we're gonna get something similar in the Flash movie as far as like it's just gonna be probably that same size role. It's not gonna be anything huge.
We don't know.
You think so?
Yes.
At this point, I don't know what the hell we're gonna get. I don't want to say one or the other. I don't want to say that his role's gonna be small, and I don't want to say that his role's gonna be huge. At this point, I don't know. I'm hoping it's a bigger role.
Like 2 to 3 main solid scenes with Batfleck.
Well, that scene where Ezra says, "Are you in?" People were saying, "Oh, maybe he's talking to Batfleck," but I was like, "It's possible." I just don't see that being the case.
It seems more likely they're in what's his face is Michael Keaton's back.
Yeah, I'm hoping like maybe at the beginning of the movie I think he talks with Batfleck. Yeah, be like, yeah, you can travel back in time, and then like later on, there's that motorcycle chase, and then maybe something at the end.
It might be something like, what's you got to break that rule, or whatever, right? And he's like, because it didn't exist in the other movie, but it does exist here.
But at this point, Batman has already evolved past that brutality. I don't care. I'm going to kill you phase. To me, the only thing that these two Batman have in common, okay, when you look at Michael Keaton and you look at Ben Affleck, right? Obviously, their fathers are different people. And they're both Thomas Wayne, but they're not like one's not Jeffrey D. Morgan or one's Jeffrey D. Morgan and one's somebody else, right? But I think that the main thing, fall, Bruce, so we can pick ourselves back up again. No, but to me, the two things they have in common is Alfred, and we know that going into this Flash movie that Alfred's dead. Alfred,
of course he's dead.
Well, I know, but they've already said they come out and publicly said that Alfred has passed away at this point.
Yeah.
So to me, if there's going to be like a letter type scene, it's going to be more about cherish the time you have with Alfred, because he's like he means more to you than you possibly something that something
that would set up so much better for Batman Solo when he loses Alfred to Destro.
Exactly right. But to me that makes sense. Is that like that would be the connection that these two have with each other? Is that our Alfred means so much to us, not our Robin. I mean, fuck, who cares? I mean, I don't think Keaton even had a Robin.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But the one thing that has been established is that they both have an Alfred, and no matter who plays Alfred, they've always been that Alfred has always been that person that sticks with Bruce Wayne, sticks with Batman, no matter what.
Yeah,
he's always been there for them, always been a father figure, always taking care of them. So to me, if there is a letter scene at the end, it's going to be something in reference to.
I don't think we're going to see this, man. I really don't think there's going to be a Keaton Batfleck scene. I think the only connective tissue is going to be Ezra.
Who knows?
I mean,
if anything, it would be like Darkseid looking at the Justice League, looking at Darkseid. It'd be that same, It wouldn't be anything else. It really wouldn't.
He's like, who the hell is that?
Yeah. Because I mean, like. Ezra's the only one that can cross the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
Batfleck and Keaton can't do that, so there's no way for them to interact.
Well, is Supergirl from Keaton's universe or is Supergirl from another universe?
What's that?
Is Supergirl from Keaton's universe, and that's how they meet, or is Supergirl from another universe?
No, because it's the Man of Steel crest almost, really close to very much the Man of Steel crest. So, but that doesn't. I don't know how the fudge they're going to do this.
I don't know
because from what I
feel like it's going to be like Worlds Collide, like Thor: The Dark World, where like the dimension.
I thought for damn sure that Keaton was going to be in the Tim Burton verse, but it just seems like he's not. He's just going to be in Gotham, and it could be like a Gotham like Batfleck. It doesn't have Batfleck.
Like
it doesn't, because like the car he drives, that one that you saw, the sports car, or whatever it is that he was driving, looks, non Tim Burton-esque, and he's at a courthouse in the daytime, and
it's more 80s-esque, like from the 80s era, kind of.
I don't know. I don't know. And then Ezra looks weird in that big over.
Look. Okay, so Dr. Fate. Shout out to Dr. Fate. Imagine if they got Keaton Batman and Jesse. Just drop it. All right, come on. That'd be crazy, but but awesome. But it'd be crazy.
Taylor and Keith.
Because I remember Muschietti was talking like it's a multiverse of films.
I don't know who that is, right? Marcus. I'm sorry.
Multiverse of films, so it's like.
But this is
universes colliding,
Yeah.
Well, but like, I feel that with this film is that they're going to establish that everything that you've seen in the other movies, those continuities still exist, because you can't wipe out everything else and say, oh yeah, Batman '89, whatever else you've seen, that's all gone now. They're not going to do that. There's no way they could disregard every single universe. Yeah. And so the question becomes is that, does Ezra end up going back to the universe that he came from? That's the biggest question, because if he goes back to there, then we know that the quote-unquote Snyderverse still exists in a reality. If he doesn't, then perhaps it still does exist, but he won't be there anymore.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. To his own universe, but it's going to be changed like Flashpoint.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I mean... but if that's the case, then are they going to wipe out Affleck with Keaton instead? That's the new Batman. But why would you want? Why would you
even
invest?
If they do, you can still have Affleck as a separate.
Leave him there. I don't see him. I just don't see Keaton saying, you know what, I'm going to sign on for a multiple movie deal where I'm doing Batman shit. The more plausible shit is the Batman Beyond angle,
Yeah.
That's more plausible to me, because he comes from the Keaton universe, and that's where this all this stemmed from.
But if you do a Batman Beyond, right? Mm-hmm. If let's say the plan is that they're going to move towards Batman Beyond and away from Bruce Wayne Batman. Mm-hmm. So if that were the case, you could argue that is what they're going to do, because of the fact that, I mean, you have Robert Pattinson's Batman in a separate self-contained universe. So you're still getting your Bruce Wayne Batman fix, but in the DCEU canon, like universe storyline, mainstream, we're going to go with, Terry McGinnis in Batman Beyond. And we're going to create a version of like Young Justice. Or now you can have younger versions of the characters.
I think that
Aqualad, probably. I don't think they'll call them that, but
they would benefit. They would actually benefit from going that route and having, seeing if that's palatable for people. People want to go see that, right? That way, they don't have to worry so much about the Justice League that that everybody's clamoring for. They're just like, we can do this thing over here.
But still,
we can take control, creative control, and do whatever the hell we want to with this.
I just want to see what they have. I just want to see what they're going to do, because I mean, are you really going to get rid of Superman to bring in Sasha Calle's Supergirl instead? Like, that's going to be our super.
Man, I really think
that could
think they'll do that.
Because if you look at it now,
Cyborg's cameo, which unfortunately
Axel, you've been saying this for days. It's not going to happen. I hope it doesn't. Let's put it this way. I hope it doesn't happen, because that would suck.
Yeah. Well, what it's going to be, it's going to be behind the back shot. Just like, well, hey, I don't understand.
No, it's going to be like,
set up a portal.
It's going to be like, Cyborg, that's a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Yeah, just a hand.
That's all it is.
It'll sound like RoboCop when he walks. That's the thing with RoboCop, is that he was never very sly. He could sneak around.
He couldn't sneak around. You can hear him coming.
Yeah.
Whoa, shit, he's here, run! Don't shoot him in the mouth.
He'll never catch us.
But to me, if you're gonna go with Batman Beyond, then to me it makes sense that you go with that's when you would, if he agreed to that, that's when you would have Keaton be the mentor to him.
I think that's the only way you because Keaton is also, the Vulture. So I mean, he's still got, a little bit on his plate,
And if you look at the CW side, like, Supergirl is finale is airing today. Like, I don't really watch
that's
it.
why
I don't
we're
give
here.
a shit. Yeah, that's why we're here. No, but my point is that they're ending Supergirl. They've already ended Arrow. They're ending Black Lightning. Legends of Tomorrow, I don't really care. And then the Flash is still going, but I mean, I could imagine them ending that pretty soon. It seems like they're getting ready to reboot like everything, because the problem is that if you wipe out everything, then you've wiped out all the shows.
Villains from Apocalypse.
Because we saw it. I don't know. We saw Ezra meet Grant Gustin's Flash.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? So that means that
this means that they were trying to get hype, trying to get people to watch Grant Gustin's Flash.
But at the same time, I mean, not that it really matters. I mean, but
I don't even know if there's going to be a fucking payoff. I don't even know if in the Flash movie Grant's going to get a little cameo walk on. I don't even know if they're going to do that. They might just be like, yeah, that was an old idea. We're not going to do that. Next. It's up in the air. It is up in the air.
I do feel like there's going to be a lot of cameos of a lot of characters from all TV and movies.
Oh yeah, I saw
it. You see this?
Okay,
so here I found a cameo right here. What is happening?
If you look at it like Grant, I know, he's the veteran, but he's the only one that actually looks like he's running. Like if you look at the girl, she doesn't look like she's running.
She's lost in like, how am I supposed to take this?
Yeah, she's like this. She's like this.
And he's actually, like
he's been doing it for a little while now, so he has some experience in running.
Yeah, he has some experience. I give him that, but she just looks like she's lost on set.
Why is he screaming? Was this part of the show?
No. Somebody added the scream. That's funny though.
Oh, really? That was part of the show.
He doesn't scream like that.
Someone, what they should have done is they should have put Campia's face on him and put Kevin Feige chasing him.
Okay, so you brought up Campia. I'm not a huge fan of Campia. Somebody called me out. I posted something on Max's post, or his YouTube channel, because I was like, dude, Campia's shit. I can't stand him. He's pompous. He's arrogant. I just don't like the guy. But Andre does. So go ahead, Andre. Go ahead and
tell us. I do. Since when? No.
Go ahead and defend him.
No, I'm not going to defend him. I don't watch the show. I know. I used to watch the show a long time ago. I don't anymore.
I used to watch him a little.
Hey, you know what?
Way back in the day.
Let's get to that. But yeah, let's get to him. But let's talk a little more Flash, because this is more trivial. I mean, in the sense that like this really will depict what's going to happen with the DCEU, and I've been saying that for weeks now, that this is the major movie that is going to be the driving force. Because I mean, Batman's going to be Batman. The Batman is going to kick ass no matter what. Batman prints money, but the Batman is in a self-contained universe. So you're like, okay, I got this badass Ferrari over here, but unfortunately, he's not a member of the racing team over here. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get my team better, so even if that succeeds, they're like, hey, that's great, but what about your DCEU universe, like your main this storyline? Like you have like these, the Batman, which is like a self-contained separate storyline, but what about the other storyline where all the characters are involved? And that's what this is going to have to establish, is that, hey, it's a multiverse, they can all exist at once, everything you've watched in the past, it's going to be canon, no matter what. Batman is going to be Batman. The Batman is going to kick ass no matter what. Everything you've watched in the past Nothing's forgotten. Remember how they always said?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they were trying to prep people, like, please don't hate this film.
Yeah.
My
wife hit my webcam and my microphone from me. Just moved to a big. Hey, congratulations, Fatal!
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Great,
new place.
Man. Yeah, awesome.
Wait, but did you take?
He's a big deal. I talked to him the other day, and in the district that he's in, he's a big deal.
In the district he's in.
Awesome.
And then he was part of something else too, Rebellion. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait a minute, Rebellion. He's like, yeah, I sold out to Disney.
Is that what he said?
Like, does this mean you like the sequel trilogy?
Oh no, Fatal! Don't say yes. Don't say yes.
Yeah,
Go to the dark side.
Oh God, sequel trilogy. It's bad.
Well, what do you think about that shit? The Kevin Feige lady or whatever the hell, the one that directed the Eternals. She's now going to direct his Star Wars.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the Eternals. I haven't heard good things, but I haven't seen the Eternals. What are your thoughts on that, Frank?
Wait, what's going on with Chloe?
Oh, okay. So Kevin Feige tapped the director for his Star Wars project.
Oh, okay.
To be Chloe Zhao.
We don't know what the project is, just that it's Star Wars.
I'm not a sequel. Okay, so it is something on Drunk's channel. Okay, that's what I thought it was.
Okay.
But yeah, so Kevin Feige has tapped Chloe Zhao to head his Star Wars project. Now we don't know what it is yet. So
I mean, if she's following Snyder as the blueprint, and that's going to be in the Star Wars, then I'm cool with it. You know, it's going to be good. I trust it.
I think that Kevin Feige is a good, he's a nerd. So I think that, his love of Star Wars is a good thing. I don't know too much about this director to say, oh, well, she could probably realize whatever is going on in his mind. Because, again, I haven't seen the Eternals, and I don't know if she's done anything else.
Well, she's worked with, Dennis Villeneuve, the director of Dune. So she has experience with that. Oh, yeah, you were drawing. I forgot about that.
I was drawing, and I'm going back to it. So, yeah, I'm going to delete this.
That armor's looking...
As we talk, as we talk about
So this one you're actually going to color in.
I've started coloring. I started with his face, and I'm moving down. I didn't like the hand up here, so I redrew it down here, and I was like, well, that just kind of sits a little bit better.
Is there going to be a fourth arm?
I showed the audience something earlier. I don't know if you want to see it. If you want to share it.
I wasn't here. That was
you weren't here.
You're erasing stuff now.
I'll share that. Hang on 1 second. Let me close that out, and I will bring up.
You just deleted it. Oh shit.
So here we go. And there's another version.
Oh, look at that! I like that.
This before.
And let me just
careful.
The flash real quick.
But you might spoil something there.
Cyborg.
You leaked
or at least half it. And there. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's his other. Well, let me.
Oh, wait a minute. So let me ask you this. I love this a lot. But your this looks like more of like the Snyder look, but his other look, he looks a little different.
He does. Yes. He does. This is in the Nightmare, and if you remember, because you got Trenchcoat Batman here, and then you've got of course, Nightmare Flash.
Oh, look at that! That looks good, man.
And so he's helping out. He's holding on to Cyborg or whatever.
That little arm is that the Flash's foot?
Actually, I kind of positioned the Flash. Before I drew, him as Nightmare Flash, I was like, I just kind of drew him as Flash.
Yeah.
And then so there. Oh wait, that's his body.
Are you doing like undo? undo?
I'm undoing. So that's his. Hold on, we have a winner. Here we go. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, yeah.
Am I lagging?
No, you're great.
I look good.
You're good.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Oh man, this new internet is the bomb.
Oh, you got the internet. Thank God.
Yes, sir.
That's been the only thing that's held Fatal back is the internet connection.
I agree. It's been very slow, man. I'm tired of bootlegging people. I had to step it up and buy it myself.
There you go. Hey, so I guess you're using Comcast.
I don't know what the freak. I don't even know how I got in.
It came with the house.
It came with the house.
So what you guys talking about?
What's up? Basically, we're talking about the Flash movie. We're talking about what they're going to do with the Snyderverse and all that, and this is I was just sharing a little bit of what I was working on here with the Flash, sort of working him out in this little scene with where he's holding Cyborg, and like I said, I drew him just sort of his body, and I was like, you know what, I need to make him into future Nightmare Flash. So I just kind of added the armor pieces and all that, and his helmet and all that. So that is that.
Looking good, man.
Thank you.
Did y'all see the director of the Eternals admitted that she was trying to emulate Zack Snyder?
Zack Snyder. I heard about that.
But you know what? They've been doing that. The DCEU,
yes,
Marvel,
yes.
They call it inspiration. But at the end of the day, they've been jacking the DCEU for the longest. They even took from the animated series. Have you guys ever seen Batman, Superman, Public Enemies?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Endgame took that whole movie.
Yeah. I saw the video you made, Beto.
Yeah. I mean, that blows my mind. If you're gonna steal something, you freaking steal it from an animated movie.
Yeah,
and that's not even one of the best DC animated series.
Right.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the animation was sort of hybrid. Oh shit. It was sort of hybrid from, what they were doing with the was it Paul Dini, and then the new stuff that they were doing, like with the Batman versus. Was it Batman versus Batman versus Robin, and then what was the other one? Bat in the Family or whatever. The Titans, Young Justice. I mean, all that stuff. The animation style was weird. They looked super fake. But yeah, I mean, they've been stealing from. I don't want to say stealing. They've been borrowing from Zack's movies, for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Vision versus Vision, that's pretty much.
Oh, that was straight out of Man of Steel.
Yeah, I mean, that's Man of Steel right there. I mean, if you look at the animated one with what's her face, where she was basically Wonder Woman, the very first What If. A lot of that was just straight out of Wonder Woman. I was like,
have you guys seen Eternals yet, though? Have y'all seen Eternals?
No.
Yeah, because there's too many bad reviews. I'm not paying for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I mean, I haven't even seen Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi was good.
Shang-Chi was a good movie.
I want to see it.
Watch it.
But I'm just like, I'm not gonna pay for the Eternals.
When Shang-Chi did like the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type martial arts, I was like, oh, this is badass. I was like, yes. They
took a lot from Jackie Chan too. That drunken style fighting where you reach some guy jacket and use it to fight him with. That's all Jackie Chan right there.
Yeah. Last night.
Hey man, this Cyborg is coming out looking good, man. I'm looking at it on my screen. It's just this is a whole new world to me. With the internet being fast, and I can actually watch my TV screen and be on my phone, and my stuff is not lagging. This is blowing my mind right now.
You're like, how was this possible?
Oh, shout out to Mask of Shy for HBO Max.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mask of Shy, you one day I'm gonna be working for you, man. Jeez Louise.
He's got some great talent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He drew my logo. I love the logo.
I feel bad because I don't have Mask of Shy do some art for me and I never used it. Mask of Shy, I am so sorry, sir. That is blasphemy.
Yeah.
That is blasphemy. Sorry.
He drew this logo right here for me. And this is what I use in all my all my streams, and it came out great. And
Oh yeah. And you know what? It was such an honor for him to put us on
his little release collage.
Yeah, to put us on the release the Snyder Cut
that was
poster.
Cool. I like that.
I mean, for him to take time for that, I feel like we should like wear robes and bow to our knees every time he. You know what I'm saying? Because that took a lot of work.
That kind of stuff takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah,
and I don't think he got the
compilation like that. So I mean, that's just a lot of time, a lot of care goes into that, man. I mean, big projects like that. Same thing with that one that Victor Koo made of Dark Side.
Right.
I mean, he's
gone. Lost him.
We lost him. That internet caught up to him.
They just turned it off.
Yeah. They're like, "Oh, Fatal's on. Kick him off."
I'm detecting bandwidth being used. But no, so like when we're talking about the Flash, I mean, I don't know how they're going to go about like establishing, their new continuity.
I think you got to steer away from the mindset of like the Marvel mindset of there's this one singular continuity,
right?
And then there's other variations. I feel like with DC, it's like there's going to be concurrent timelines. There's not going to be one main one in particular that they're going to follow majority of the time.
And I would be completely fine with that. Yeah. I would be completely fine with them saying, okay, I got a movie. I want to have, a Batman, a Cyborg, and a Superman. Let's see who let's get some actors in there and let's just do it. And they're their versions of, the character. So you could have like let's just say just for shits and giggles, I want Brandon Routh as Superman. I want Ben Affleck as Batman, and,
right.
And then I'll take the guy from I love Ray Fisher, but we'll see how things change for him. But yeah, I mean the guy from the Doom Patrol, he could be the Cyborg, and that's its own movie. It has its own continuity, its own story, and I'd be fine with that because this all it is consumption. I don't need to have everything connect perfectly and all that, and we're not going to get that with this universe because it's already too far gone, too all over the place, just too messy. It's watered down so much that's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue, or are you just going to let it be? I mean, what's going on? Don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen how they're going to execute this movie. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if they threw in a lot of different things. I mean, imagine if we saw on the IMDb website, which is not like the most locked down, website known to man, but we saw that there was an actor that's a stunt double for Harry Lennox. So let's say Harry Lennox is in the movie. And and this is all speculation. Okay, this is just my imagination. Okay, just imagine. Imagine if Harry Lennox is the one who gets them into that secure facility to find Supergirl, right?
That'd be cool.
So, and he's General Swanwick, right? And you might think, okay, so I guess he's just General Swanwick, okay? And then imagine if after they free Supergirl and then she gets in the sun and she gets her abilities. Imagine if at the end she tells him like, why do you hide so much or whatever, or like, why are you hiding, or something to that extent. Mm-hmm. And then that's when he reveals to them that like he's actually Martian Manhunter, and he's been doing what he was doing in Man of Steel, where he was living in that world as General Swanwick. But in this reality, he did the same thing, but some of the things didn't happen the way they happened in Man of Steel and BVS. So now he's revealing himself, and now he comes to the conclusion that hey, it's time that I took a stand and defended this world myself. So I mean, they could easily go that route as well, which would then reestablish, okay, Martian Manhunter exists. It's done.
Yeah. And that's cool, and we win as fans because we get to see more of the character.
Right. Exactly. And so to me, that would be really cool if they were to pull off something like that. Are they going to do it like that? I don't know. Probably not. Who knows? But
no one knows. I don't even think they know.
I know, right?
I don't think they know.
I don't think they've decided because they're.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, I mean that's what happens. I mean that's real life.
But I mean, I think by doing that, you would then firmly establish that Harry Lennox is Martian Manhunter. Because at this point, I mean, do you really want to recast, everybody?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Wayne, like for here, even for Dr. Fate saying Wayne T. Carr will never be Green Lantern. I know he is Green Lantern. He his stuff was shot, his stuff was rendered. Is it in a released copy of the movie that we have? But does that mean that he's not Green Lantern? No, he is Green Lantern. We just didn't get to see his performance.
Well, and then well, if you look at the storyboards, right? So Zack Snyder storyboards. You know that in the second part, which would have essentially been Justice League Part 3, that Green Lantern comes to Earth, right?
I'll have to look.
And he's looking for his partner, right? So it would make sense that at the end of Justice League, now obviously the storyline has changed quite a bit from those storyboards, but the basic story of John Stewart shows up at the end of Justice League, right? And then by part 3, Hal Jordan shows up looking for his partner because they're under attack and everything's all screwed up, and only to find out, okay, he's likely dead. And that's how you introduce Hal Jordan, is that now he's come back. So to me, that made a lot of sense. I was like, yeah, so if you saw John Stewart at the end of Justice League, and then you see Hal Jordan at the beginning of Justice League 3, to me, that makes a lot of sense. Like, okay, now here comes Hal Jordan, from Oa or wherever he's coming from. And I just thought that was a cool way of connecting that. At this point, unfortunately, because that scene never got released, I would say that Wayne T. Carr is non-canon, as much as I would love him to be canon.
Yeah,
because that never happened.
He's in an Elseworld.
So there we go.
Yeah. He's in the Snyderverse, and
he's
that's
in the Snyderverse. He just
at this point it's postponed until further notice, until other heads swap places.
But we'll see what happens with that. I mean, we're talking 2 or 3 years. I mean, a movie takes a year and a half, 2 years just to even get made these days. So who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what they're planning? But I mean, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket saying, oh, when the merger happens, Snyder's coming back. I mean, it's not.
Zaslav the Magnificent is going to save everyone, magician. And it's going to change the landscape and clean house and all that. Well, what some people are saying. I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I just don't. I don't see that that's the case. It just doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. For that to be. I don't know. I'm just not. I don't want to say I'm not feeling it, but I just it stuff like that. When you're talking about like moving, major players, that's stuff that's not like ripping a Band-Aid. Even though in this situation, to get everything on track, it should be, like pulling a Band-Aid, but it's not. It takes months, if not years, to orchestrate your business, especially if you're like a company. Okay, like AT&T wasn't really in the movie making business, so they really needed the people that Warner Brothers already had. Discovery's kind of in the same boat, but not really, in that they make movies or films or whatever for their channel, but not major studios, as far as I know. So I mean, they will still need people, in place at Warner Brothers to kind of, guide the ship. I mean, I don't see anything like, I don't see them saying, okay, merger's done. Somebody get Mr. Snyder on the phone for me.
That, like day one stuff, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
No.
But if I think that if the demand is still like present and evident after Zaslav's in office for like months, if not years, and he sees that the demand is still there, then I think there's a chance that he could, work to.
I think they're just going to continue to. I mean, by that time, so much time, so many movies, so many projects. will have
ages have gone up. I
the
mean, like,
will
they're getting
all
older.
that stuff there'll be so much out there that it'd be like, why go back to that universe?
I mean, honestly,
At that point in time.
if they were smart, they would. I know, and that's saying a lot, right? That's saying a lot with that statement. But to me, if they were smart, they would still utilize Henry Cavill as Superman.
They should, because
they should keep the Justice League together. Obviously, they're gonna have a hard time when it comes to Ray Fisher, and I think that if Hamada is still in his position moving forward, then I think that I think it's inevitable that Cyborg is going to get recast. If Hamada leaves, then it's a different story. Mm-hmm. But I think that, or unless Hamada makes amends with Ray Fisher, but I think the easier route is that they're just going to recast him eventually. Yeah. But I think that they're waiting for the Flash movie because they know that the Flash movie is going to.
And they're going to say, is this, did we do a good job by, going this direction? This will be the barometer for that.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So
because I mean,
that's it.
It has to establish multiple continuities. It has to establish a multiverse. It has to establish all of that, which then opens the door for anything you want to do at this point, unless it's a Snyderverse, and they'll say no. But I mean, but it opens a door for HBO Max to do different things. It opens the door for just for a lot of their production companies to start their own
season 5 of Titans.
There you go.
Because
and that's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing you also got to think about too is that if the Flash creates a new continuity and wipes out everything else, then Titans doesn't exist, right? So I think that he's going to. I mean, obviously he's creating a new Flashpoint, but I think that the other ones that existed before that are still going to exist because you can't wipe out all the shows and shit that you've already established.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, and then you got things like J.K. Simmons coming back to be Commissioner Gordon in Batgirl. But I think one of the issues that they're running into is that there is a huge... There's just not enough transparency and communication with what their plan is. If they would have already announced that Ben Affleck is going to be a part of the Batgirl series and it's going to take place in that same universe that he's in.
They don't want to give us anything.
They don't want to give you anything,
inkling or information.
I think whatever their plan is hidden in whatever spoilers are in the Flash,
because they're afraid of how it's going to be taken,
received
by the audience. They are so afraid of of past mistakes and all that. They're not willing to sort of show it. Hey, I mean, you have the Aaron Sarnoff or whatever, right? Saying, "Oh, we have a plan." Well, but nobody, even a fan,
nobody believes them.
Really didn't share much.
Right.
They really didn't show you much of their blueprint. I mean, when they first released the slate, way back in 2014, 15, something like that, I think. Mm-hmm. And I think they did that at Comic-Con. They were, it was bold, and they have been, it's almost as if, they're sort of like, they got a shock collar on them now, and they don't want to release any information for fear of getting shocked.
Which is weird because back then, the first slate that they announced back when BVS was getting ready to release, the slate was it was basically the solo movies for each of the Leaguers and then the Justice League and whatever sequels they would have. But when you were comparing that back then, and people still do it now, people comparing it to the MCU, the MCU, when they announced their Phase 3 slate, they saw the Endgame with Infinity, or they could point to, oh, I know that story is the Infinity Gauntlet story in the comics. I know that's the story I can look forward to. And so there's a journey that they can look forward to. But with DC, when they announced their slate in 2016, there wasn't a comic that they could point to and be like, oh, this is the story that you can look forward to. Yeah. They had the storyboards that Zach made. And I think that they probably wouldn't and shouldn't have, in 2016 use that as like, oh, this is our plan. Here's the storyboards. Like, can't do that.
No, yeah, you can't do that.
But at least allude to like Zach could say at like Comic-Con in 2015, like, hey, there's a story with the new gods.
They should have sort of, kind of given you, like you're saying, they should have given the audience, like, hey, we've got a 5-film arc.
Right.
And then that way, a lot of people could have internalized that and said, you know what? I want to see where this is going to go.
Right.
Instead of like, well, I don't like that. That's how they ended the film. That ain't my Superman. Right. And a lot of people, got upset with that. And so Warner Brothers, what they do, they reacted and they were like, well, obviously we can't do that, right? We can't do that. And so they didn't. They didn't do that,
right.
and they've been playing, kind of catch up with themselves ever since, and they were, yes, you allude back to Marvel, and say, hey, they want that Marvel money, but they weren't willing to double down on what they bought with Zack Snyder to say, hey, we're finally at that mark. Yeah. So,
because the literal sense for DC, for Warner
what's up, man? You got a link. Don't even
Neil.
play. Don't even play. I got on Instagram
Neil.
for your ass.
Good old Neil.
I know.
But like for DC and for WB, their Infinity Gauntlet, Gauntlet story was those slates, those storyboards that Snyder had. Like that's for DC, that was their Infinity Gauntlet for them, and they just, if they doubled down on it, like you said, I think that would have panned out better, but
I
of course
mean,
it didn't.
So
when you look at what they actually did, it's just I mean, look, I'll just put this up real quick. I mean, this says it all right here.
Oh, let's see. Hold up. Let me.
This did not age well. This aged like fucking milk.
Oh, here we go.
This exactly. I always think of this.
Ancient Greek mythology. We've been to the past and the future. Flash.
And that's from the DC
we still got to go
game that I played. Flash.
Green Lantern Corps to join the Justice of the Universe.
Yeah. Did that ever happen?
Aged like milk.
That's every kid's dream. See,
still waiting, Jeff.
Characters together. Green Lantern's a big part of it.
But he's hiding still. All that is from the game that I played.
Well, I'll just tell you.
Oh, what's that?
All of that, every single thing from this game.
The DC Universe game.
The DC Universe game. All of the graphics that you saw with the Green Lanterns, that's Jim Lee, but it's all from this. And the same thing with the Flash at the very beginning of that montage. That was from the you can bring it up on YouTube. It's I think you've probably seen this. Hold on, let me see.
I remember watching like the intro story.
Yeah,
of that game. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
There it is. Okay, so let me.
And then, how much involvement does this guy still have when it comes to DC films at this point?
Oh, yeah.
At this point,
Jeff Johns.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's still listed. He's listed on the Titans. He's listed on there like a couple times.
And Stargirl.
And
Stargirl, yeah, he's definitely part of Stargirl. But is he a part of the DC Films movies? That's why I wonder. Because I mean, he was a part of.
I think they.
He wrote the screenplay for. He helped write the screenplay. Him and Patty Jenkins for Wonder Woman 84. And that was horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there had to have been a point when Patty was making that movie that she realized, like, well, this movie sucks. I mean, come on. We got to that point where we're like,
this is what I think about Patty. I think she just is on whoever's team is paying the bill. And
Probably.
So she's just going to, if these people are paying the bill, she's going to go over there. If these people are paying the bill, she's going to go over there. She's just going to be on whoever's team is giving her a check. And that's why, and that's probably one of the things that happened with the her Star Wars movie, and why it's on indefinite hold, which is usually termed for, it's just not coming out. But yeah, so this, let me see. Let me put this over here.
I think Patty's got as much as a nostalgia bug as Jeff does too.
I think she was perfectly fine with it. I'm not going to share the audio, but here it is. Put this down here. As you can see.
Yeah, the opening. Yes.
Yeah. So this is pretty dope.
I
And you
love
got,
this.
you know, a dead Green Arrow.
Yeah, he's
This was
dead.
before
Like, oh.
Man of Steel ever came out.
And this was before, yeah.
But I think that, you know, when you look at the idea that, you know, once Johns essentially took reign, that he said, okay, we're going to structure this movie so at the end of Justice League, it's going to lead to an injustice team, you know, and now you're going to have this whole, the Injustice League versus the Justice League. Because I think that this is what he had in his mind. Like, I want to see this.
And see, there's the Flash.
You know what I mean?
There's
Like
Cyborg right there.
Like, I think this is what they were
Nightmare
thinking of.
Batman,
This is what
pretty
Johns
much.
was thinking of. Like, yeah, this will be cool. I want to see this on the big screen.
Sure.
And this is probably what he was hoping to get them to, and they never got close. Because after Justice League, everything fell apart.
Yeah. And I was secretly hoping for Justice League 2 as well, you know?
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff, man. I mean, and this is over 10 years old.
Yeah.
There's Deathstroke. There's Mark Hamill's Joker. And then this is what you saw. This Flash right here.
Yeah, it is the same suit. Okay,
it's the same shit. They're just retooling it and trying to pretend that they've done something, and they're just using old stuff because I mean, even though this is a kick-ass game, not a lot of people have seen this.
Yeah, this intro is badass. In fact, I want to say that the guy who directed this intro, I think his name is Tim Miller. He's the guy who directed Deadpool
from Blur Studio.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, he directed the first Deadpool. He also directed Terminator. What was the new one?
Dark Fate.
Terminator.
Dark Fate.
We're trying it again.
Yeah.
So there it is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you get a better image of it right here.
Yeah, there it is.
So
yeah, that was it. You're right. That was it.
Black Adam. And that's
I think everybody was hoping for this type of DC in live action.
Yeah,
for sure.
And I honestly think that this is what he was going to try to bring them.
Yeah.
When everything went to shit, like, okay, well, we'll just focus on this, and then it just continued to go to shit, and then now everyone's out. But I mean, when you look at the storyboards, you know, it had the Injustice League in it in a different capacity, though, and a more maniacal.
Well, I mean, what they were trying to do was give you something new to watch, you know, and you know, seeing how it was palatable for people, you know.
Well, Zach's story, it was a story like, this is just cool action shots and scenes of like, oh, this guy's beating this guy and this guy's beating that guy, but like Zach was giving like story motivations for each of these characters to go at odds, and it was like this journey for them. So that's what Zach contributed to the table, the hero's journey that he so loves, you know.
Well, and that was the thing too. Zach had he had a deeper sense of storytelling that a lot of them weren't accustomed to and didn't expect to have to, you know, they didn't expect that. And so when the general audience couldn't follow along, they were like, okay, now we made a mistake. Now we got to correct this. How do we dumb this down a bit? How do we make it more colorful and more vibrant? Yeah.
And then we make Wonder Woman 84. And then we make Birds of Prey 2. And then we greenlight, you know, and then we mess with Justice League and all that. So
did they put Kryptonite in her mouth?
In her mouth.
Yes. Yep, right there.
And he got weakened.
So is she dead or is she just hurt?
She's probably hurt. She could be dead.
I thought she was dead. I don't know.
She could be dead.
I don't know.
But again, and then they just, you know, kill Superman.
And this looks familiar too, doesn't it? Oh, this time he actually did it though.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Oh wow, that doesn't look good.
No, it looks terrible.
Okay.
And then here comes Brainiac. Maybe I shouldn't have worried about killing all those guys.
I was surprised that Brainiac wasn't part of Zach's storyboards. I really thought he would have had a role.
It would have been great to see more things fleshed out. You know, a bigger universe, a larger universe. Most of the largest villains are Superman's villains.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I mean, and this is, you know, him going back. This is Lex from the future going back into the past to warn them before all that happens.
Right.
Because, you know,
when did this come out?
2008.
So this is
I'm sorry. I got into the game in 2008. I started playing the game in 2011.
Well, and this was called
DC Universe Online, and it's still you can still play it. They still, I mean, they've just upgraded the graphics and did all kinds of stuff to it, and there's still a crap ton of people to play this.
What is it on? What platform?
Oh, it's on PC. It's on Xbox.
I should download it from my computer.
PS4.
I'll play it on there.
Yeah.
So this is I'm looking at PS3 DC Universe Online, January 11th, 2011. That's what I'm looking at.
2011.
And Man of Steel came out when?
2013. 2 years later.
So this was, I mean, look, I mean, even they had the idea of time travel,
Yeah.
And people say, oh, well, Marvel ripped off DC's idea of time travel. I think most cases that's kind of something that you kind of gravitate towards. Okay, now let's go back in time and change everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was 2011. So this is before Man of Steel. And you're right, they're using this as a way of saying that we've established something. Really, they haven't established anything. That's interesting though. To know
I still play it. I still play it.
Yeah, that's why it's sitting in the box next to him.
Yeah. I love it. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's cool.
I made plenty of characters using.
Yeah, that's the thing. You customize your own character, your own hero, and
your own superhero or your own villain or whatever, and you play with your friends. So I mean,
this
Green
is a
Lantern
children's show.
Could jump into the.
This is a family show.
It's a family show. Yes, it's a family show. Zach would have liked Brainiac. Yeah, for Man of Steel 2.
Brainiac.
Brainiac.
But I think, I mean, to me, it would have been cool if they would have kind of hinted more at Brainiac in Man of Steel, like some kind of. But I think Zach was more thinking about.
They did with that. Didn't they like the World Engine or whatever it had?
Yeah, with the tentacle thing. Yeah.
Well, they had the tentacles, but it also had the 3 lights. And Zach talked about that. So it was very just like the Doomsday thing,
I mean, no one saw that coming at all. Like when he said that in the watch party, like, yeah, so that's the moon that Doomsday destroyed.
Everybody says that you didn't know.
Bullshit. Nobody fucking knew that shit. Nobody did. Yeah. When he said that, I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? He put that in there. Nobody even saw that.
Yeah. That was nuts.
Let's see. Brainiac would have united Superman and Black Adam. I mean, that's the whole point of the game is that Brainiac got the Justice League and the Injustice League to fight each other, weaken the world to make it just easier for takeover. And
that makes sense.
And that could have been something that happens like right after they defeat Darkseid, or even in the Nightmare sequence, Darkseid has been defeated or whatever, or sent back to Apocalypse, and the world's in disarray, and then Brainiac comes in. It's like, hey, I'm going to feed off of this. I don't know. They could have done a lot with Brainiac, but Brainiac is a huge character as far as like, he doesn't just bother Metropolis. He bothers the whole world.
Yeah.
So like I said, Superman villains are monumentally, larger than life, and they have to be because he's Superman. So,
there was that one image that was so awesome. Let me see if I can find it. Why am I using Bing? Oh, I think it defaulted. it defaulted.
I remember when I thought I used to be so cool using Bing.
Yeah,
it was so sleek back in 2007 or whenever.
I use Ask Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves.
God. How do I? Okay, there was this one here. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Oh,
hold on, wrong one. Wrong one.
Red Rom.
This one here. This is fan art, but this was like Brainiac.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
That would have been dope to see, and Henry Cavill looking up at that or whatever. It's like, holy crap! Oh, there he is at the bottom right of the screen. Definitely.
But see, the thing too is that if you do something like this, then you have to involve the rest of the Justice League because they're just gonna stand there and go, "Oh, Superman's got it. Okay, I'm just gonna keep doing my own thing over here."
Justice League
DC fandom.
What?
That was you put that in there.
Oh, I think I did, huh? But this would have been awesome to see something like this,
Oh, yeah.
but I think that's maybe where they struggle as well. Is they go, well, how do we make these movies with just Superman involved and not the rest of the Justice League? But you look at
they could have done a
but
Metallo
you
movie.
you look at Marvel, right?
Yeah.
What have they done? Okay, so you look at all the movies as they've progressed. What have they done? They've added characters to these characters' movies because they exist in the same universe. So it would make sense that if Brainiac showed up, that you would have the Justice League assemble at one point, or at least meet up to figure out what they're going to do. They would be involved in the story because this is a worldwide thing. If he's going against a character that just existed within Metropolis, then you don't have to have everybody involved because this is just a story that takes place within this area of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I also think it depends how you write it, because like I'm thinking back as a fan of like the Superman animated series, how Brainiac just dealt with Superman and Metropolis, and of course back then they didn't really have I don't think they had a plan yet, or were even developing that Justice League show yet.
Well, if you ask Ann Chernoff, they had a plan.
But like, I just like that notion of Brainiac coming to Metropolis, and he's got the lost city of Kandor bottled up, and he's like, I'm gonna collect Metropolis and the cities of this world and move on to the next world to collect more. And Superman's like, no, you can't do that. And then it would have been cool to like introduce Supergirl through that story and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I think it's possible if you write it right. I think it's possible to make Brainiac just a localized Metropolis threat, while his minions are like in the outer atmosphere. So like Bruce Wayne doesn't know of it yet until after the fact. I think it's possible if you write it right. But I think it would also be cool if Brainiac showed up in the Nightmare. Like that would be dope. Like Brainiac versus Darkseid.
Yeah, I agree. He's a Justice League tier villain. Lobo is not so much. Lobo could do like a Man of Steel, movie or whatever. He's that caliber, I mean, but I mean, I like Parasite. I think Parasite would be a good villain for Superman.
Metallo too.
Metallo would be really cool.
Another good, thing would be like, take Superman off world. Kind of like they did with Thor Ragnarok. Make him fight like Mongol and fight in like an arena, and just take him out of this element of being here on here.
But see, that's the problem that they made, was that if they would have and this is hypotheticals, if they would have stuck with what Zach had planned out, you could do that because then you've already established the Lantern Corps. So you've established that there's this cosmic realm that we haven't really explored yet. Yeah. So let's say you had a Green Lantern movie where Superman, or let's say you had a Man of Steel movie where Superman has to go off world to help the Lanterns fight against something that's bigger than them. Yeah. And so then you're like, cool, that's how we bring them off world. Easy. Now let's just.
It would have been great. And what they could have done is, if they'd been smart about it, is sort of like bring in the brightest day, darkest night kind of storyline.
Sure.
Adapt it for film. Make the Flash and Superman Blue Lanterns and make Wonder Woman Star Sapphire and all that. Just kind of like that would have been awesome to see Gal and Ezra and all them just in being these characters, but in a different sort of element. And that would have been awesome. That would have been dope. You've got another super huge villain in the Anti-Monitor, and that could have been something dope after Darkseid. But again, I mean, they're not thinking ahead. And DC Films is not really thinking ahead and sort of conveying that, like, dude, this is my blueprint, and I would love to get to this. How do we get to this? And
and that's the thing too, is that I think more people, essentially the general audience, needs to know. They need to know what the story was at one point for DC. From the story,
I agree. I think that this, Twitter is great, and having people, come on and say, hey, restore the Snyderverse and all that, and I even posted something the other day. I got like maybe 20 likes or whatever. I'm not anything popular or whatever, but I mean. I was just like, it's great that we hashtag and stuff like that, and that's wonderful. But I mean, you want to get to like the masses, right? And you want to sort of show them something different. And I think that I think those storyboards were a good idea, but the problem is like when I had Andre and Anthony come over to the house over here in Texas, we were going to take that drive to Dallas, and by the time we're about to go to Dallas, they canceled it early, and so like less people got to see it. You know, we would have not live streamed in there, but I mean, we would have taken photos, we would have made it a little bigger. You know, we would have like blown it up, you know, and at least had more eyes on it. But yeah, I mean, it didn't have its day in the sun, and I think that's it's a shame, right? And
it's a
it
shame.
should be something, you know, that is sort of like that PSA, that sort of like, you know, give awareness for people who aren't familiar with like, you know, what this is or what it could have been. You were saying, Andre?
No, I agree. I definitely think that, you know, I was it a few days ago, I showed my brother-in-law the storyboards, and you know, he read them and was like, dude, this is badass. He was like, so they're making these movies? I'm like, no, they're not. He's like, what do you mean they're not? I'm like, it's a long story, man, but no, they're not. They're doing something totally different now.
Yeah.
He's like, these are good. I was like, I know. It is what it is. But I mean, look, we'll see what they come up with in the Flash. I mean, it's, you know, we'll see. I don't know.
We shall see.
But
and that's
a few months away.
Or
next year, actually.
Next year, But I mean, to kind of finally branch off to another topic that you had talked about, there is a guy that we know. There's a guy that everyone knows is John Campea, and yesterday on Instagram he released 2 images from Spider-Man No Way Home, which he claims are photoshops. They're not real. But when you look at them, you're like, yeah, those are real. Those are legit. And I mean, look, you know, Ryan and I talked about this earlier. And you know, at first I wasn't really sure, but you know, Ryan, you know, he talked to me about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I think you're right. To me, and Ryan, why don't you go ahead and tell them what we talked about in terms of like, you know, this is not just him watermarking some pictures and putting them out there. I mean, like, oops. This is, to me, this is, I agree. This is probably part of a bigger marketing campaign.
Sure.
They just chose him to do it, and I don't even think they chose him. It could have been where he knows.
I think he's probably been asking for something for a long time.
Well, he wants relevancy as well.
He wants relevancy. He wants, and he made a post about this or whatever, about like wanting clicks or getting, you know, more subscribers or something, or more followers or whatever.
Well, and to his for him at least, you know, if this story is true, this narrative that, you know, that we're putting out there, you think about him is that, you know, he's probably thinking to himself, you know, like, hey, I've been a good soldier for you guys. I've said multiple times that Hamada is doing an amazing job. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. I've bashed the Snyder Cut as much as I could. I've supported you guys as much as I could. You know, that's what DC. But,
I shield for you.
Yeah, but even when it comes to Disney, he's always backed them up as best as he possibly can, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then it becomes, hey, look, you know, I have done all these things for you guys. You know, when am I going to get something big? You know?
Yeah.
And so, go ahead, Ryan.
And so I think that was one of the things. He probably didn't ask for this specifically. He was like, yo, give me some scoops on Spider-Man. You know, I don't think that he was doing that. I think that he was just like, hey, give me something. You know, can I have a morsel? Can I have, you know, can you guys, you know, give me something? And I think that finally somebody was like, yo, here, you can have this. And you can't say it's real or anything like that, you know, and if you do, we disavow any knowledge of you. But I think that I think that he did it. I think that he did it for relevancy, you know, just to sort of, you know, keep sort of in the limelight, you know, have people go, because I mean, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh man, they gave him scoops, you know, because he's all about access, right?
Oh yeah,
and that's you know, that's what these types are always about is the access. You know, they love having it. You've seen him on, I don't want to say red carpet, but you've seen him, you know,
he's been
always taking photos of, you know, and they always want us to seem like they're bigger and they're more important and all that than they really are, and that's fine, whatever. But I think that, you know, he got these leaks and he put it out there because, I mean, he made a video. Somebody posted earlier. He made a video saying, "Hey, you know what? You know, I got the Jungle Cruise movie early, and if I had leaked that, they would know because my name is on it. You know, they would know. And so it's like, well, wait a minute. But you put your logo like right in the middle of the images before you posted them, so people would definitely know where that came from." Right. You know, and you're gonna claim, you know, carte blanche. You're gonna, you know, claim that you didn't know that these things were real or whatever. I'm like, nah, dude. You know, you know what you're doing. They know what they're doing. I think it's just they just gave him something because these things are. I mean, maybe the Spider-Man, really, you know, stuff. It could be Photoshop or whatever. Who cares? But the Daredevil one, I was like,
that was the money.
That sold me.
I was like, that gives credence to the other photos.
Well, think about it. I mean, imagine if you're campy and you're like, and you get sent the Spider-Man image, right? And you're like, okay, well, I mean, honestly, this can be argued that it's photoshopped. Well, how about this one too? Done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so then it's like, boom. But I mean, for him to go live and saying, like, you know, if you look at the lighting, the direction, if you look at his dick,
look at Toby's dick.
That's retarded.
He wanted a trend, and he knew, like, hey, I'm going to say this, and how much you want to bet it's going to take off, and it did.
Yeah,
he got exactly what he wanted.
It did exactly what he wanted, and you know, hey, I mean, you know, good on him. You know, hey, that's his hustle, and that's what this stuff is. It's a hustle. They want your money, they want your attention. And that's, you know, that's literally not what we do. You know, we'd love your attention, but you know, we're just here talking. You know, we don't know shit. You know, I see shit that'll turn you.
I may see Andre at Disneyland or, you know, the theme park he goes to, but I don't see Ryan at the red carpet or ACS at the red carpet.
Yeah,
we're not. You know, we're not. I mean, I'm not going to say I would never go to a red carpet, but I'm just saying
you never get invited anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been to the press screenings, you know, the media screeners, and everything like that. You know, I did that back when I was working for Time Warner, and yeah, that was cool. But I mean, you don't see us. You know, we're not doing that. You know, we're not chasing ambulances, and that's pretty much all this dude's doing is chasing it. I can't cancel. Is chasing ambulances, and a lot of people do that. And I don't know. I mean, I only have so much respect for people that do that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, look. You know, people are going to argue like, "Oh, this totally spoils the movie." I mean, to be honest, for me at least, it doesn't spoil shit because like I pretty much already knew that Charlie Cox is going to be in the movie. We knew that all three of them were going to be in the movie. The fact of the matter is, we still don't know what the fuck even happens in this movie. We don't know the story. We don't know exactly. We have a hint of it with Doctor Strange being involved. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. We don't know how it's going to play out. But I mean, we know all three of them are going to be in it, and we more than likely like when I saw Daredevil, you know, Charlie Cox, like when I saw him there, I was like, oh shit, there he is. So yeah, he is in the movie. Okay, cool.
Got a funny haircut too.
But I look at it like, oh my god, how dare he? I didn't want to know that. I was just like, yeah. Well, for me at least, I was like, yeah, I pretty much already knew that. So this confirms that tight. But you know what? I would rather a photo be leaked like that than to have somebody else telling people that, oh yeah, he's going to be in the movie. Trust me, and drop me a super chat. Making a hustle off of the idea that it's probably going to happen. Now it's been put out there, so now you got to speculate off of the image. Now you have to speculate off of what's been put out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So no longer can you speculate on that.
Right.
Now it's okay. Now for those guys, now it's for the guys who aren't just reporting the news, now it's okay. Now they got to move the goalposts again.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's
and to be
this.
honest with you, I mean, Andre and I, and even Frank have known people that that kind of have that, like, oh yeah, no, trust me, hey, I got sources, and like, dude, and we were talking about this today. It's like, again, what I was saying earlier is like, dude, we speculate,
Right.
and that's fun. It's fun in itself, and and we're not hearing anything, but I've been hearing some rumblings behind the scenes, and Andre, you can corroborate, all the rumblings that I've been hearing, but we don't know shit, but we love to speculate about the shit.
Yeah,
and that's fun, and that's what keeps us going, and for myself, and I'm not going to speak for Andre, for myself, and I'm not going to speak for Frank either, but maybe a little. I'm not down with that stuff anymore. I don't care about the Grace Randolphs or the
I don't give a shit.
The geekosities or the all that other stuff. The we've got this covered. The who else? All the giant robots and who and John Campias will say even I don't care about these people. I'm here. I'm a fan. A fan of this stuff. I draw this stuff. This is what I like. I draw what I like. I do what I like. I mean, I'm here to ham it up, to yak it up with you guys.
That's it, man.
And that's why we do the 4 Nerd Show every Thursday, because it's just fun to talk to these guys about that. And we have a good time, and we have different opinions. We don't live in an echo chamber, which is another freaking issue. I don't want to sit down and talk to people that have that don't challenge me, that just agree with everything that I say, and that's why I say some of the things that I say, because I don't agree with what everybody else says. It's and I'm not one of those guys, and this is not a slide on anybody else, but I'm not one of those guys that's like, oh, I didn't like X, Y, and Z. I'll tell you why I didn't like it, and I'll tell you what I think could have made it better. I'm not just I didn't like it. Next,
Well, Ryan firmly believes that if he was there to help JJ construct Force Awakens, it would have been a better movie.
It would have been a damn.
Everybody thinks that.
Everyone thinks. I think that. I'm like, I would have.
If I was there, the story would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It would have been. It would have been, because I had some story ideas that could have been utilized that would have saved that franchise.
$1 billion ideas.
Yeah, $1 million
Millions.
ideas. But
what,
yeah,
are you downgrading yourself?
You're downgrading yourself.
I don't have the breaking news. But yeah, we don't know shit.
Yeah, I'm all breaking news. We don't know shit. We love talking about it, though.
Q? The story starts at the beginning of the bridge. Oh, bridge.
And ends at the other end of the bridge.
And the other end of the bridge. Yes, you're talking about Spider-Man. Dude, I'm telling you, Doc Ock is only on the fucking bridge. That's it. He is nowhere else.
I feel like the whole Sinister Six battle would be at the bridge.
I think because even the Green Goblin's little whatchamadoodle.
Whatchamadoodle.
Yeah, his little whatchamadoodle. That's also on the bridge.
Everything is on this fucking bridge.
All on this bridge. Yeah. And yes, Q, you are my hero. Thank you. So let me zoom out for those people that haven't seen what I've been coming up with. I did rearrange the arm. Let me take you guys out. I had the arm up above his or eye level with his head. I didn't like that, so I just I removed that and just redrew his left arm. So yeah, man, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
I like the curvature of the arm. How like it curves from the shoulder to the bicep to the.
Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, no, I wanted it to look a little bit more organic. I do like the angular look that Ray Fisher had, but I like the roundedness too. I mean, and that's the thing, and I've said this on different live streams. Drawing Cyborg is that Cyborg is one of the characters that he doesn't have a distinct look. The only distinction he has is he has, his face is half,
Right.
So half of his face is robotic, and the other half is organic. One eye is red, and typically it's the left eye, just like Left Eye from TLC, and then you have. I mean, everything else is just, subject. I mean, you have some versions of Cyborg where he has skin, and you have some versions of Cyborg where he's just all robot, and that's another thing that I'll wait for Andre to come back. But I had another topic that sort of came out, I think, this week, and it has to do with the Matrix and the Terminator.
Oh, interesting.
So very interesting. This comes from the writer of the Terminator and the writer of the Matrix. I forget the lady's name, but it was very interesting what she was saying. There he is. Okay, so basically, the writer of the Matrix and the writer of the Terminator says that both that these are continuations of each other.
What do you mean?
And that John Connor is actually Neo.
What? Get out of here! Get out of here!
I'm telling you.
You telling me that we're gonna find out in this movie that he's John Connor?
No. That was her original plan when she was writing it. That is no longer
okay.
But both of those stories are hers, and that's what she was writing out. And it did have to do with like biblical, things and whatever. Just John Connor's the savior of the universe. Neo's the savior of the universe, but he wasn't. The Terminators had already destroyed the people. They locked them up and put them and plugged them into the Matrix. And John Connor was the one that was supposed to do what Neo's done and release everyone and whatever and save the humans. So very interesting how what she was saying. It was on TikTok and there was an interviewer interviewing the lady, and she was telling, hey, this is what she was up to. Okay, man. I mean, we're almost at 2 hours anyway.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and end it anyway, guys. I mean, I appreciate everybody that's been here. Frank, where can everybody find you? I'll go ahead and remove that. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Unite the League.
And you have some fire art as well. And I'm sure you post that. And Andre, where can everybody find you?
Hey, you can find me on Zeeverfett. No, you can find me at the Nicotina Show on YouTube, and also at Nicotina_show on Twitter, Instagram, and Vero as well. Actually, on Vero, I'm Nicotina219 because I can't change my handle on that. I don't know how to do that. So that's just what I am. But yeah, so check it out. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Ryan's channel, but check out my channel as well. And Ryan's on that channel, so it's like you're supporting both of us. So check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my members. No, I don't. I don't have members yet, but I will as soon as Fandom 2023 releases.
2023. Why the delay?
I know. It's gonna be another couple years, huh?
I'm playing the long game, guys.
Yeah,
you're
like WB. We're
Lots
playing the long game.
The
fans are gonna forget about the Snyderverse, and we're just gonna move forward.
I don't know. Could be. But I'd like to thank my guests. Also, I'd like to put a special thanks out there to Fatal J for joining the stream. Appreciate that, man. That was very cool. I apologize that your wife came in and ruined everything
and shut that.
But that's all good, man. Check us out on this Thursday for the 4 Nerds, and we'll see you later.
Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what you saw, check out our other videos and subscribe for more. Be sure to leave your comments and suggestions down below. Don't forget to check out our TeePublic and Teespring store. And a thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Your support is much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. This is Zeeverfett, signing off.